The North Unbound. Snow fell in soft, whispering sheets across the roofs of Winterfell as a raven cut through the sky, its wings gliding over the nearly completed repair of the battlements, past the Godswood and down toward the Rookery Tower. The message tied to its leg bore the black wax seal of Castle Black, though the ink beneath was written in a familiar, deliberate hand. Moments later, in the great hall of Winterfell, torches hissed and crackled. The scent of pine smoke and boiled wine filled the air. Queen Sansa Stark sat upon the high seat, her auburn hair braided with threads of white fur, not a symbol of vanity, but of winter's endurance. At her side stood Ser Roderick Mormont, captain of the Winter Knights, his armor a mix of blackened steel and northern furs. He bowed as he presented the sealed letter. "Your Grace," he said, "a raven from Castle Black." Sansa accepted it, her expression calm. She turned the black seal over once in her fingers before breaking it. As her eyes moved across the page, a small smile, almost wistful, touched her lips. "So," she said quietly, "it's done." Ser Roderick hesitated. "My queen." She folded the letter carefully and set it beside her goblet. "Jon has dissolved the Night's Watch," she said. "He's claimed the Wall and all its castles for the north." The young knight frowned. "And you expected this?" Sansa looked toward the window where snow drifted past the high glass. "I did. I told him the North and I would stand behind him, that he was free to forge his own path. Now he's done just that. The Order of the Northern Guard is more than a dream now. It's the shape of the world to come." She rose slowly, her eyes thoughtful. "Jon never sought power, yet power seeks him, as it did our father and our brother Robb. But Jon, he understands peace as much as strength." Roderick frowned slightly. "And the free folk follow him still?" Sansa lifted her eyes from the parchment, calm but certain. "They follow him," she said. "Not as wildlings, but as northerners. A people reborn." Roderick hesitated. "Forgive me, Your Grace, but are they truly northern? They've never bent the knee, never—" Sansa's gaze shifted to him, sharp and thoughtful. "Are you a northerner, Ser Roderick?" The young knight straightened. "Of course, my queen. Born of Bear Island, blood of the first men." "Then so is Sira," Sansa replied evenly. "Jon's wife, a chiefess of the Ice River clan. Her blood is as old as the stones beneath this castle. The first men's blood runs deeper in her veins than in half the noble houses who claim descent from them. Tell me, Ser Roderick, is she any less a northerner than you?" He faltered, unsure how to answer. Sansa stepped down from the dais, her cloak trailing softly over the stone floor. "The free folk never bent, that much is true. But neither did they break. They endured, through winters that would have killed the South 10 times over, and now they stand with us. That is what it means to be of the North." She paused at the window, snow swirling beyond the glass. "So, who has claim?" she murmured. "All of them do. Everyone who still remembers what it means to survive the cold." Roderick bowed his head. "Then the North is larger than I ever imagined." "It always was," Sansa said softly. "We just forgot how to see it." The firelight caught the edges of her hair, turning it briefly to gold as she turned back toward the hall. "We've outgrown our ghosts and myths, Ser Roderick. The realm will learn to do the same, or be left behind." Sansa had grown up on tales of the first men, how their blood gave the North its right to rule, how the line of Stark had guarded that legacy through 1,000 winters. Yet when she first beheld the Ice River chiefess, the old lessons faltered. The woman before her was no story carved into stone, but the stone itself made flesh, a living shard of the age that birthed every house of the North. In Sera's bearing, she saw the origin of her own pride, and for the first time, she understood that Winterfell's nobility had been an inheritance of memory, not mastery. Men choose what to forget, she thought, and what they forget becomes lost or legend.